Hindi na ginagawa. Record na. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing me. And lead us in the world. May we set aside our own agendas and seek what you desire for us to accomplish. Please direct our thoughts and guide our discussion. Help us to be attentive and respectful of one another's input and to work as a team. We ask that you grant us clarity of vision and lead us to helpful solutions. In Jesus' name, amen.
So once again, good morning. So we ask our
Thank you, Chair, and good morning, everyone. For today's PIBIT conference for Civil Works, dated February 11, 2026. Present this morning, we have our back chairperson, Engineer Donald Mark F. Banda. We also have our back regular member, Engineer Aaron C. Ligarte. Our provisional member, Engineer Nohan C. Mambulaki, and our back end-user representative, Engineer Pastor J. Pontes. And from our technical working group, we have Engineer Pilar Balan and Engineer Chesa Badolas. And to present contact ID number 26KK002, 26KK003, 26KK004, and 26KK009. We have from the planning and design section, we have Engineer Marcos Abel, Engineer Jimbo, Engineer Africa. Sure, we and we're still back in Secretary Dr. Jane T. Picasalis. That's all.
the
The first project, I will present to you a project with the title Retrofitting or Settling of Permanent Bridges, Mangiskis Bridge along BCIR. Next, please. So, this project has a contract ID of 26KK009, bridge length 31.25 meters. Year construction of this bridge is year 1975. Location in Huwag City, Misamis Oriental. Appropriation 19,276,000. Approved budget cost 17,180,768. I mean 17,180,763.75 pesos. Budget duration is 160 calendar days. Next, please. So this project was located at Barangay 24A, Hingoang City, Misamis Oriental. Next, please. So from the topographic map, we can see the scope of work, but which is later on I will discuss. Next, please. So also this is the general plan of our project. Next, please. And also the general elevation. Next, please. So, next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Can we go back to the first, ano like that? So first project, scope of work, we have a carbon fiber on the slab, which is one layer, and then we also have a carbon fiber sheet on the girders from widening to the existing and then to add to the slab. So each have a one layer of carbon fiber sheet. Next, please. We all we also have carbon fiber plate which is underneath. So it has three strips. Next, please. So as you can see, this is the general plan of the details of our carbon fiber under the girder. Next, please. Aside from carbon fiber, we also have a metallic coated gabions, 1 by 2. Next, on the pier structure. Next, please. So also we also have a ECCP or Portland cement concrete pavement on approach B. So its shoulder sa existing road. Next, please. So aside from those scopes, we also have asphalt overlay, 0.1 on this on the bridge deck and 0.5 on approach A and approach B. Next, please. So these are the list of pay items that are included on our project. So we have provision of field office, project billboard, occupational safety and health, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization, general scaffolding and shoring, surplus common excavation. We have removal of actual structure obstruction of ACP or asphalt concrete pavement. We have aggregate service course. We have emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course, hot laid 50 mm, Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.30 for the shoulder, and for bridge construction, we have paint, we have pre-molded expansion joint filler with Silad, 12 mm, carbon fiber sheet, 1 layer and 2 layers, carbon fiber plate, we have gabions metallic coated, and for the last two, we have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement, white and yellow. So that will be all for this project.
Hello, sir. Do you have any questions, sir? This is retrofitting lang. Bakit 24A mga sir? So, retrofitting, and strengthening of permanent bridges sa Mangiskis.
Sir, dito rin siya sa highway, sir.
Highway na siya, sir.
Sir, this project is focuses on the repair lang, sir. Hindi siya construction.
Starts to be better. Pag-install ng mga carbon fiber. Do you have any questions from our YouTube viewer? No. The next.
For the next project, it's still me to present this project which have the title of Retrofitting or Strengthening of Permanent Bridges, Minlagas Bridge, which is along BCIR. Next, please. So contract ID 26KK003, bridge length 32.25 meters, steel year construction, steel 1975, location, Hingaw City, Misamis Oriental, appropriation 19,276,000, approved budget cost 17,124,061.20 pesos, project duration 160 calendar days. So this project was located at City Minlagas, Barangay Minlagas, Hingaw City, Misamis Oriental. Sorry. Next, please. So, next, please. So for the So for the general plan, these are the scopes that are included in the project, which later on I will discuss each. So next, please. This is the general elevation of the general plan. Next, please. So for the first project scope, we have carbon fiber sheet on girders from the main bridge, main carriageway, sa tunga. So natay 2 layers on each girders. And then we also have carbon fiber plate. Next, please, next. So we also have carbon fiber plate underneath the main carriageway, and then for the widening, we also have carbon fiber sheet 1 layers on each girder and carbon fiber plate and in the midspan. Next, please. So we also have carbon fiber sheet on under slab bridge deck slab underneath. Next, please. So these are the section view of the carbon fiber on girders, which is there are two types of girders here on the bridge structure. We have resist concrete girder and we have RCDG or reinforced concrete girder. Next, please. So these are the detailed plan on the carbon fiber on each girders. So next, please. So we also put a carbon fiber sheet on pier since we have 2 piers on this bridge. Next, please. So I also included a PCCP, Portland Cement Concrete Pavement on approach A, which have a length of 18 meters, which is this is located in the widening part of the approach A. Next, please. I also included a asphalt overlay, which is 0.1 on bridge deck and 0.5 on approach A and approach B. Next, please. And these are the items or list of items that are included in this project. So still we have provision of field office for engineers, project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization, general scaffolding and shoring, surplus common excavation, removal of actual structure obstruction of the asphalt concrete pavement, aggregate service course, we have emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete wearing, surface wearing course, hot lane 50 mm, Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced for the widening part of approach A. For the bridge construction, we have paint, remolded joint filler and sealant, 12 mm, carbon fiber sheet, 1 and 2 layers, carbon fiber plate, gabions 1 mm, 1 by 1 by 2 meter metallic coated. And for the last two, we have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement, markings white and yellow. So that would be all for this project.
Okay, ibalik ang tapos naman. So, before we do it, any clarification or concern and from our YouTube viewers now. Do you have viewers from all that have three? Okay. So, since there's no questions for this specific project, we proceed with the next project.
Sir, and for our viewers. As for the next project, we have 26KK002 or the retrofitting, strengthening of bridges, Bolisong Bridge, along Butuan City-Cagayan, City-Iligan City Road. And for the scope of works, we have carbon fiber, plate and sheet in all girders and portions of slab and asphalting on approaches. As for the location, it is located at Kinugitan, Misamis Oriental, and an appropriation of 19,276,000 with an approved budget cost of 17,124,261 and 14 centavos, with a duration of 189 calendar days, which includes Sundays, national holidays, and rainy days. Next, please. So, mali ang atong map para sa atong purpose nga retrofitting sa Bolisong Bridge. Next, please. So, these are the survey photos taken during the validation and makita natin ang uban ng mga scope of works po. Next, please. So, sa atong makita, this is the elevation and section of the Bolisong Bridge. So, first is natay carbon fiber and carbon fiber plate and sheet sa tanang girders, and napod tayo carbon fiber sheet sa slab sa carriageway, sa bridge carriageway. So for the girders, natay sheet and plate, and for the slab, natay sheet. Next, please. And of course, and also one layer ang atong sheet sa mga girders and slabs, while ang atong plate are 2 strips. So next, this is the another scope of the project. We have the asphalt overlay. As we can see, we have an asphalt overlay sa iyang mga approaches from station 1335, 030 up to 1335, 137. And on the opposite abutment, we also have an asphalt overlay with station 1355, 199 up to 1355, 325. So next, please. So for the equipment requirements, these are the following equipments needed. Next, please. As for the bill of quantities, we have provision of field office for the engineer, 6.3 months. Project billboard and signboard to each, occupational safety and health. 1 lump sum, traffic management, 6.3 months. Mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum, and general scaffolding and shoring for the installation of the carbon fibers. We have 1 lump sum. Removal of actual structures, destruction, 0.05 meters thick ACP. Emulsified asphalt and bituminous concrete surface wearing force hot laid 50 mm, both 3,149.41 square meters. Carbon fiber sheet, 1 layer, 1,476 square meters. Carbon fiber plate for the girders, we have 60 square meters. And we also have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and yellow, with an area of 85 square meter and 69.9 square meters respectively. So thank you for the presentation.
Thank you. So, do you have any clarification or query for this civic project? So, for DPWH, you know. Okay, thank you. We proceed with the next project. Next project is retrofitting, strengthening of permanent bridges, Silad Bridge 2, along Butuan, Cagayan, Iligan City Road. Next. With a contract ID of 26KT004, bridge length of 26.7 meters, located at Kinugitan, Misamis Oriental, with the appropriation of 19,276,000, with an EPC of 17,138,707.09. Duration of this project is 160 calendar days, including Sunday, national holidays, and rainy days. Thanks. So this is the location map of the project, near at 1364, kilometer 1364. Next. So the topographic plan, the yellow one is the bridge. Next. So what is yung general plan? If you can see the color red one, mo ni siya ang carbon fiber sheet application sa slab. Next. Then, kaning color red, muna siya ang carbon fiber plate sheets sa entire girder. We have one span and 10 girder sa Silad Beach 2. Next. So, muna siya ang girder, then plate. Sa plate na natin one strip carbon fiber plate, then sa girder, sa carbon fiber sheets, we have 2 layers. Next. So aside sa carbon fiber plate and carbon fiber sheets, we also have protection sa abutment A, concrete slope protection. Wala ni siya simple, concrete ni siya ang iyang foundation. Next. So summary quantities, sa civil works, we have clearing and dabbing, bridges, structure, excavation, carbon fiber plate, carbon fiber sheets, 2 layers, hanging rock embankment, and concrete slope protection. So, mali siya ang pictures taken sa ilalim sa tulay. Then, kaning sa right side is stationing sa bridge. So, that's all. Thank you. Hello. Thank you, Engineer Ruben. So, you have any question? You can not hit our viewers. So, there's no if you don't have any questions, we proceed with the documents or technical and financial component.
Documents comprising the bid, technical and financial components. For the eligibility requirements, bidders are required to submit the following documents. First, a Bill-Check certificate of registration under platinum membership. Second, a statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Third, a statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC. Fourth, the bidder's computation of the net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. Finally, for joint ventures, a joint venture agreement or JVA in accordance with Republic Act No. 4566, otherwise known as the Contractor's License Law and its implementing rules and regulations. Please be reminded that the failure of the bidder to update their Fill-Jet certificate of registration with the current and updated supporting documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the bidder's certificate. For the single largest completed contract, or SLCC, the bidder must have completed a contract similar to the project being bid. The value of the SLCC, adjusted to current prices using the PFA consumer price indices, must be at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract to be bid. However, contractors under small A and small B categories who do not have similar experience may still be allowed to bid, provided that the cost of the contract does not exceed the allowable range of contract cost of their registration, in accordance with PCAB guidelines. Please note that the SLCC must be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor. Alternatively, a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES or a similar performance and monitoring system may be submitted. For contracts with the private sector, an equivalent supporting document shall be required. For the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, the bidder's computed NFCC must be at least equal to the approved budget for the contract to be bid. The NFCC is calculated using the prescribed formula, as shown. The values of the current assets and current liabilities of domestic bidders shall be based on their latest audited financial statements. Joint ventures may participate in the bidding process, provided that the primary purpose of each member is similar or related to the requirements of the project. Each member of the joint venture shall be jointly and severally liable to the procuring entity in case of any breach or failure to comply with the project requirements. For the submission and receipt of bids, each bid shall consist of 2 components, the technical component and the financial component. These components must be placed in separate sealed envelopes and submitted simultaneously. Bids shall be received by the Bids and Awards Committee, or BAC, on the date, time, and place specified in the invitation to bid. The first bid envelope shall contain the technical documents, which must include at the least a FieldJet certificate of registration under platinum membership. B, PCAP license and registration in the case of a joint venture. C, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. D, statement of the single largest completed contract, or SLCC. E, computation of the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC. F, joint venture agreement if applicable, and G, bid security in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period. H, project requirements, which shall include the following. 1, the organizational chart for the procurement project to be bid. 2, the list of contractors' personnel. For example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen to be assigned to the project, along with their complete qualifications and experience. 3, the list of contractors' major equipment units, whether owned, leased, or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. 4, omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 54.3 of this IRR. 5, latest general information sheet, GIS, reflecting the beneficial ownership information, BOI, duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, for corporations. And 6, sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership, following the template attached as Annex A for all bidders, including sole proprietorship. The following forms are for your reference. For bid security, all bids under competitive procurement methods must be accompanied by a bid security. The bid security serves as a guarantee that the bidder will enter into a contract if awarded the project. The bidder shall submit either a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security in an amount not less than the required percentage of the ABC, according to the following schedule. Cash or cashier's or manager's check issued by a bank, 2% of the ABC, bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a bank, 5% of the ABC, surety bond callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company, 5% of the ABC. The omnibus sworn statement must be executed by the bidder or by its duly authorized representative. It should contain the requirements outlined in section 54.3 of the implementing rules and regulations of RA 12,009. Contractors' key personnel. The key personnel should meet the following number of years' work experience. The experience means total years of civil works experience of any nature in construction and engineering consultancy service. Include the tax identification number or TIN of the key personnel. Compliance to DEO. 98 series of 2016. Revised guidelines on the accreditation of contractors, consultants, materials engineer, and to include the contact number of the materials engineer. Compliance to DEO. 148 series of 2024. Guidelines in the accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultants project engineer. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that 1, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract, and 2, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office, pursuant to Department Order Number 9, Series 2012. The proposed key personnel and replacement must be named in the bidding document. The following are the key personnel required. 1 project manager with 5 years of general experience and 5 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached. The second is 1 project engineer with 3 years of general experience, 3 years of relevant, and is a DPWH accredited project engineer. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, including their project engineer certificate. The third personnel is 1 materials engineer who is a DPWH accredited materials engineer. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their materials engineer certificate. The fourth personnel is 1 foreman who has 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached. The fifth personnel is 1 safety officer 2, with 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their certificate of training issued by Dole. The last personnel is 1 full-time health personnel. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their certificate of training. For contractors' major equipment units, the contractor must provide proofs of ownership or other supporting documents for equipment that is owned, leased, or under purchase agreements. For leased or purchased equipment, a certificate of availability from the lessor or vendor must be submitted for the duration of the project. Proofs of ownership and supporting documents must specify model and year, capacity, performance, or size, plate number, motor number, body number, chassis serial number, engine serial number, specific location and condition of the equipment. These requirements are in accordance with Department Order 58, Series of 2012. For contractors' minimum materials testing equipment, refer to Department Order 11, Series of 2017 for the required equipment. The second bid envelope shall contain the following financial documents. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. Duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. Cash flow by quarter. Submission and receipt of bids. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bids submitted manually is Back Conference Room, 3rd floor, DPWH MOFDEO, Barangay 26, Hingo City, Misamis Oriental. For electronic submission, electronic bids _Misamis Oriental 1 at dpwh.gov.ph. Modification of bids. Bidders may modify their bid before the deadline for the receipt of bids. In case of modification, bidders shall not be allowed to retrieve their original bid, but shall only be allowed to send another bid, equally sealed, properly identified, linked to their original bid, and marked as modification and stamped received by the back. Withdrawal of bids. Bidders, through a letter, may withdraw their bids or express their intention not to participate in bidding before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. They shall no longer be allowed to submit another bid for the same contract, either directly or indirectly. Withdrawal of bids after the deadline shall be subject to appropriate sanctions. The financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid process. The BAC shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. Completeness. No price and required item free to the government, RA 12,009, indicating a 0 or a dash free to the government. All prices are deemed to include all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-responsive. Arithmetical corrections. Bid prices in figures versus words prevail. Total price per item versus unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item. Unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item prevails. Stated total price versus actual sum of prices of component items. Actual sum of prices of component items prevails. Unit cost in the detailed estimate versus unit cost in BOQ. Unit cost in BOQ prevails. Amount in price schedule versus amount in bid form. Amount in bid form prevails. Post qualification. Legal requirements. Licenses, certificates, permits, agreements, and non-inclusion in blacklist. Technical requirements. Key personnel, minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment and materials and laboratory equipment. Performance in ongoing government and private contracts. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any project, or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. Financial requirements, bid price proposal. Required committed line of credit in the amount specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents, when applicable. NFCC, within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the back that the bidder has the LCB, MEAB, MAV, or HRB, the bidder shall submit the following. All the eligibility documents supporting its PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bidding documents. The BAC shall recommend to the HOPE the award of contract to the bidder with the LCRB after the post-qualification process has been completed. Within 10 calendar days from receipt by the winning bidder of the notice of award, the following conditions should be complied before the contract may be awarded. Submission of the following documents by the winning bidder. Valid JVA if applicable. A valid PCAB license and registration for the type and cost of the procurement project to be bid for foreign bidders in infrastructure projects. When the treaty or international or executive agreement expressly allows submission of such license and registration as a precondition to the notice of award, or the SEC certificate of registration of the foreign corporation, or the SEC certificate of registration of the foreign consulting firm, or the authority or license from the appropriate government agency or professional regulatory body of the foreign professionals engaging in the practice of regulated professions and allied professions, where applicable. Posting of performance security by the winning bidder in accordance with Section 68 of this IRR. Signing of the contract by the parties. Common errors in the submission of bids. Failure to submit original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission, indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor. Shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. Overlapping with pledge equipment and committed key technical personnel. Failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. Late submission of bids. Failure to submit supporting documents, such as the certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project, if equipment pledge is to be leased or purchased. Negative slippage in the ongoing projects, negative 15% or negative 10% in each of the 2 or more ongoing projects. Unsatisfactory CPS rating. Incomplete pages of bid documents, technical and financial. Authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. Single proprietor. Signatory should be the owner, proprietor only. Corporation cooperative. Board Secretary's certificate and board resolution. Joint venture resolution agreement. Partnership, as indicated in the articles of partnership.
The additional information for our prospective bidders. So these are the scheduled procurement activities for the presented projects. For issuance or downloading of bidding documents, deadline will be on February 25, 2026 until 8:30 a.m. And for those who want to have a hard copy of the bidding documents, you can have it procurement for DPWH Misamis. And also it can be downloaded from the DPWH website and PhilJEP's website. And the receipt of bids or drafting of bidding documents, the time will be on February 25, 2026 until 10 a.m. And for the schedule of the opening of bids, it will be on February 25, 2026, immediately after the submission of bids. And for the required category of works, so for example, 26 KK 002, The required category for is BRTCWOP or bridges for retrofitting of concrete superstructure without funds. Same for 26KK003, BRTCWOP. Also for 26KK004, category 4 is BRTCWOP. And also for 26KK009, the required category for is BRTCWOP. And as shown, this is a sample of the technical and financial documents to be submitted and now properly bound. So that's Sir Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
So, Chair, I move
for civil works dated February 11, 2026.